Hello everyone and welcome to Rollinish. My name is Matt, and in this video we're going to focus on the Barbarian Primal Path options available to you in Xanathar's Guide to Everything, which is a supplemental book from Wizards of the Coast that complements your 5e Player's Handbook. If you're new to our channel, check out our playlists and you'll find a breakdown of all the class options and features that you get found in your Player's Handbook. That's a good starting point for learning how to build your character. Xanathar's Guide to Everything is a great supplement to that. It came out 2 years after the core rulebooks for 5e and offers additional features. Again, this video will focus on the Barbarian class and the three Primal Paths that are in addition to what's in your Player's Handbook. So scrolling through Xanathar's Guide to Everything, I'm going to stop here in the Primal Path section and introduce you to the Path of the Ancestral Guardians. This is going to be a subclass or Primal Path option for your Barbarian starting at 3rd level. And if you're looking to play a Barbarian who may be paying homage to or is influenced by their ancestors, this is a great subclass for that. These are going to be for those who come from tribes that teach that warriors of the past linger in the world as mighty spirits and who can guide and protect the living. Some of the features that you get with this Primal Path option, you get features at 4 different level intervals. Starting at 3rd level, when you choose this Primal Path, you get Ancestral Protectors. And when you choose this path, basically your ancestors appear in spirit form when you rage. Mechanically, while raging, the first creature you hit with an attack on your turn becomes the target of those ancestral warriors, which hinder your target's attacks. Until the start of your next turn, that target has disadvantage on any attack roll that isn't against you, and when the target hits a creature other than you with an attack, the creature has resistance to the damage dealt by the attack. So even if your ancestors fail to fully protect one of your teammates, if hit, are going to have resistance to that incoming damage. This effect on your target ends early if your rage ends. So keep that rage up, Barbarians. At 6th level, you get a feature called Spirit Shield. This means that those spirits that aid you can provide supernatural protection to those who you defend. If you're raging and another creature you can see within 30 feet of you takes damage, you can use your reaction to reduce that damage by 2d6. When you reach certain levels within this class, this shield die increases. So at 10th level, the 2d6 becomes 3d6. And when you reach 14th level, it becomes 4d6 that you can roll and reduce the damage by. Very cool feature, considering you're probably on the front lines and unable to fully protect some of your teammates, like the mages that are hiding in the back. So this is going to come in handy to help them, especially when you maybe if you don't have a healer in your party or your healer is otherwise incapacitated. This is a great feature to have. At 10th level, you get Consult the Spirits. You gain the ability to consult with those ancestral spirits. When you do so, you cast Augury or Clairvoyance spell without using a spell slot or any material components. It's just a thing that you can do. Rather than creating a Theorical Sensor, which is the mechanics of either one of those spells, the use of Clairvoyance invisibly summons one of your ancestors to the chosen location. You'll use Wisdom for the spell casting. And then you can consult with that ancestor. So work with your DM on how those interactions will go, who the ancestor might be when this is utilized, what is the relationship to your Barbarian, because this could be a very interesting dynamic. When you use this, you can't use it again until you finish at least a short rest. At 14th level, you get Vengeful Ancestors. This is where the spirits grow strong enough to retaliate. When you use your spirit shield to reduce the damage of an attack, right? So you're rolling those 2d6, or at higher levels like 10th at 3d6 or 14th 46. When you use that spirit shield to reduce the damage of an attack, the attacker takes an amount of force damage equal to the damage that your spirit shield prevents. So in our example, we roll 2d6 for spirit shield until we get to 10th level, right? So at 14th level, it's 4d6. So I rolled a 3 and a 1, it's 4, and a 4 and a 5, so 8, 13. I'm able to negate 13 damage from a teammate's damage that's incoming, but that 13 damage that I just negated is now hits the attacker as force damage. So that's pretty cool. It takes that spirit shield damage that you negate and puts it back on the attacker. So that's awesome. Okay, that is a good use of your ancestors and that tribe mentality. I think that's a great way to roleplay that. The second option is going to be the Path of the Storm Herald. So this is like the barbarian tapping into the rage and fury that is within them. It's going to grant them superior strength, durability, and speed. And those who follow the Path of the Storm Herald are basically thrown into the mantle of primal magic, and the forces of nature are then going to have an effect. What you're going to get with the Path of the Storm Herald at 3rd, 6th, 10th, and 14th levels are some very cool features. Starting at 3rd, when you select this option, you get Storm Aura. The aura begins centered on you when you rage, and it extends 10 feet from you in every direction, but not through total cover. So you're centered of this 10-foot radius, okay? Your aura has an effect that activates when you enter your rage, and you can activate the effect again on each one of your turns as a bonus action. So think like desert, sea, or tundra. Based on your choice, something is going to happen, okay? Your aura's effect requires a saving throw. The DC is going to be 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your constitution modifier. So barbarians, remember to put some focus after strength into constitution. If you choose desert, when the aura is active, all other creatures in your aura take 2 fire damage each. The damage increases when you reach certain levels in your barbarian class, increasing to 3 damage at 5th level, 4 damage at 10th, 5 at 15th, 6 at 20th. It's just damage that automatically happens for being in the aura. If you choose sea, and there are creatures in the aura, you could choose one other creature you can see in your aura. The target must make a dexterity saving throw. They will take 1d6 lightning damage on a failed save, or half as much on a success. This damage will also increase as you level up. So it goes from 1d6 to 2d6 at 10th level, 3d6 at 15th, 4d6 at 20th. If you choose Tundra, each creature of your choice in your aura gains 2 temporary hit points as ice spirits inure it to suffering. So the temporary hit points are going to increase as you level up. So it'll go from 2 points to 3 points at 5th level, 4 points at 10th, 5 at 15th, 6 at 20th. Just a nice little buff. You get at 3rd level, and it starts to increase as you level up. It's a good thing to have for your Storm Aura. The next feature you get at 6th level is called Storm Soul. Essentially, these are based on the storm you chose before. So if you chose Desert before, you get this. You gain resistance to fire damage, and you don't suffer the effects of extreme heat. Moreover, as an action, you can touch a flammable object that isn't being worn or carried by anyone else and set it on fire. That's actually pretty cool. Like, just set a door on fire, and that way if it's like the only door to a room you're trying to get in, it's going to make whoever's in there come out. It's a good way to get the door open. If you previously chosen C, this is what you get at 6th level. Resistance to lightning damage, and you can breathe underwater. You also gain a swim speed up to 30 feet. That's beautiful. If you've previously chosen Tundra, at 6th level, you gain resistance to cold damage, and you don't suffer the effects of extreme cold. Moreover, as an action, you can touch water and turn a 5-foot cube of it into ice, which melts after a minute. The action fails if a creature is in the cube. At 10th level, you get a feature called Shielding Storm. Okay, each creature of your choice that has the damage resistance you gain from the Storm Soul feature while the creature is in your Storm aura. So if you chose Desert, if a creature of your choosing enters that aura, you can give them that resistance that you have. Or if you chose Sea, they get that lightning resistance. If you chose Tundra, they get that cold resistance. So this is a way of helping protect your teammates who enter your aura. At 14th level, you get Raging Storm. Again, based on what you chose for your Storm aura, this is what you get. If you've previously chosen Desert, immediately after a creature in your aura hits you with an attack, you can use a reaction to force that creature to make a dex saving throw. On a fail, the creature takes fire damage equal to half your Barbarian level. That's nice. If you've previously chosen C, when a creature hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to force that creature to make a strength saving throw. On a fail, that creature is knocked prone as if struck by a wave. That's cool. Tundra. If you've previously chosen Tundra, you can choose one creature you can see in your aura. That creature must succeed on a strength saving throw, or its speed is reduced to 0 until the start of your next turn as magical frost covers it. Nice. So it kind of like freezes them into place a little bit until the start of your next turn. That's nice. Nice little feature to have. While you have this aura, you can move yourself and position yourself on the board to already hinder your target before you engage. That's a really good thing for our Barbarian, considering you're on the front lines. And the ability to protect your friends in your aura is a nice way to balance that out. So I think that's a great option. Okay, that is called the Path of the Storm Herald. Lastly, we have Path of the Zealot. This is somebody who is a zealot for their deity and is going to carry out their will, oftentimes ferociously in battle. There's a variety of gods within D&D using multiple pantheons. I myself, in our home game, have a homebrew world with homebrew gods. And in general, gods who inspire zealots are deities of combat, destruction, and violence. They're not all evil, but few are usually good. That's kind of the motivation behind this Barbarian. It doesn't have to be evil, just maybe anti-hero, right? Here's what you get with the Path of the Zealot. At 3rd level, you get a feature called Divine Fury. When you choose this at 3rd level, you can channel your Divine Fury into your weapon strikes. While you're raging, the first creature you hit on each of your turn with a weapon attack takes extra damage equal to 1d6 plus half your Barbarian level. So half your Barbarian level is 1.5 at 3rd level. Round down is what Xanathar's Guide to Everything suggests that you do when you read the Dungeon Master tools, is 1. So 1d6 plus 1. If you're a 10th level Barbarian, 1d6 plus 5, right? The extra damage is necrotic or radiant. You choose the type of damage when you gain this feature. So you're not going to flip back and forth on hits. I'm going to do necrotic. Now I'm going to do radiant. No. You choose one when you get this feature, and that's what you're using. Also, at 3rd level, you get something called Warrior of the Gods. Your soul is marked for endless battle. If a spell, such as Raise Dead, has the sole effect of restoring you to life, but not undeath, the caster doesn't need material components to cast that spell. So that's for you who are playing spellcasters and not using an arcane focus. You're actually shopping for the material components found in your spells to be able to actually use the spells. You, mage, can ignore the material component when bringing this barbarian back to life with something like Raise Dead, Spare the Dying, that kind of thing. At 6th level, you get a feature called Fanatical Focus. If you fail a saving throw while you're raging, you can re-roll it, and you got to use the new roll. You can only use this once per rage. That's nice. Zealous Presence. At 10th level, as a bonus action, you release a battle cry infused with divine energy. Up to 10 other creatures of your choice within 60 feet of you that can hear you gain advantage on attack rolls and saving throws until the start of your next turn. That's big, especially if you have some allies in combat and the initiative order is pretty deep. You have up to 10 people to give this to, all of them attacking with advantage or using advantage on their saving throws until the start of your next turn is brilliant. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. That's balanced, okay? Zealous Presence. That alone is going to make me start ranking this path towards the top of the list when it comes to what I think, in my opinion, is best. Maybe we'll do a video for that. Who knows? Rage Beyond Death. At 14th level, the divine power that fuels your rage allows you to shrug off fatal blows. While you're raging, if you're reduced to 0 hit points, you're not knocked unconscious. You have to make death saving throws, and you suffer the normal effects of taking damage while at 0 hit points. However, if you would die due to failing death saving throws, you don't die until your rage ends. And then you die only if you still have 0 hit points. So it's almost like your rage is keeping you alive. Dropping to 0 won't end your rage, nor will it knock you unconscious, is what it's saying. That's going to give time for any healers or teammates with healing potions to come to your aid and help you. Gives them a little bit more time to do so before you drop dead. But roll well on those saving throws, will you? Lord knows I don't. All right, my friends, those are the primal paths available to you for your barbarian found in Xanathar's Guide to Everything. Let me know what you think in the comments. Until then, keep rolling those dice, and we'll see you at the table.